Hello. So I was thinking the light's hitting me right in the eyes, so I'm gonna be quick about this. It's so weird how in a place like South Africa, which is the place I was born, which is odd to say sometimes, but yeah, it's the place I was born. How the rise of the N-word, and I will say N-word, and I will explain why I'm saying N-word instead of saying nigga, because again, you heard how that sounds. It doesn't sound right coming out of my mouth either. And I could make it sound kind of sorta right, and that just wouldn't feel like a part of my actual identity. I'm Zulu, partly Sutu. There's like not really much historical connection between me and the N-word. And being black is not like a prerequisite. I hope I'm using that right. Prerequisite or, you know, permission. Like, I do not actually have an N-word pass. And I don't want one. I don't want one. Like, people who have a historical background with that word and are black can have that word and should have that word, and it should be their word. Like, that is a word that they have taken empowerment in. That the community, like, if you get it, you get it. And I don't get it, and that's fine. But I get where they're coming from when they're saying you cannot be using the N-word if you have no connection to it. Like, I can have connection to it through music. That's not the same. I can have it through, they had it through historical, like slavery, historical slavery. That's what it's linked to. It's their oppression. It's their story. It feels cheap coming out of my mouth. Never mind a white person or anyone. Like, it still feels cheap in me because that's not my word. Like, that's not what the word I grew up with. And even if it was the word I grew up with, the origins wouldn't really link back to me or my identity or my lineage or my people. It would link to greater blackness. Sure, why not? And I love that because I think, black Americans have influenced this world drastically, actually. Drastically. And it's gotten to the point where now people want to claim everything they are. Like, they're literally just leeching off. And I realize, oh, I'm appropriating. I'm also appropriating, actually, because this is not appropriate for my environment. Well, I don't actually use the N-word, but like, it's just an appropriation. Even saying it, I'm like, oh, that's not for me. Like, of course, I'm not using it in any offense or in any derogatory term, because I am actually still black. I am actually still black. But it's not my word. And I think South Africans have, okay, this has happened globally, of course, but like, South Africans have also been like in the global space more recently now, especially with certain things happening in the world with presidents and celebrities, and there's been a rise of lots of things in popularity. But we had apartheid, and apartheid you could have the K word, but we don't use the K word in the same way that, like, no one, unless you're just racist. Like, that's the end of the story. Even if you're black, it's weird that you're using the K word. It's like someone will side eye with you, even though it means non-believer, and there's a whole history to that too. That's more my culture and it's a part of my history, not my culture necessarily. Not a part of my ethnic history, my sense of identity. No, it's just like a thing that happened to my people and other people within our country, and that was an event, and it shapes our country till this day. But it's so weird that the N-word has somehow just like come in and spread. And I'm not necessarily saying it's a wholly negative thing. This has taught me a lot about black Americans and the way they express blackness in such a unique and interesting and fascinating way that I'm like, oh, I wish I could express my blackness in such a unique and fascinating way, but within my environment. I want to take from my place. I want to adopt parts of my place, not another place. Another place is cool, yeah, sure, I could also adopt parts of that place, but I should still know, it's not an appropriation. I still need to be a part of their experience to adopt parts of it, to take parts of the experience. They need to take parts of my experience. And I don't think I've met enough black Americans in my life. I think two, one at board games, another at a student council, but never really had a personal relationship with a Black American, really. And I feel like that's when I can at least see your relevance as a Black person from Africa or South Africa in general using that word. But in general, it's not my word. It's not my word, and that's fine. It's not my word, and that's fine. I know where my identity lies, and that makes me so comfortable. It's like, yeah.